U.S., approximately 11,500 people in this country are living with HIV or AIDS. Tonight on World AIDS Day, we share the story of one of those people, Zuwna Bilal. Reporter Janine Brown sat with Zuwna as she chronicles her experience of finding out she has the virus and how she chose to overcome.
Meet Zuwna Bilal. As I sat with the 26-year-old mother of three, I quickly learned there was a lot more to this woman than what meets the eye. Zuwna's life took its first dramatic turn when she found out she was HIV positive. She was only 16 years old.
I just was going to get married over, and me and the person just went and took a test. And that was my idea. It was my idea, but his own came back negative, and I like, okay, well then probably nothing wrong with me. But the other day I get a dream, and I said, Daddy, I ain't going to school, and I'm going back for the results. And when I went for the results, I was like, wow, I'm gonna die. That's the first thing that come to my mind, I'm gonna die, that's it.
But Zuwna's father, who she says had been her backbone in those initial stages, assured her that the virus was not a death sentence. Still battling with denial, she tried to move on, attempting to make sense of her diagnosis. At 18 years old, Zuwna became involved with someone with whom she later had her first two children. She clarifies she'd informed her partner of her status, and the babies were both born without the virus. That relationship didn't last, however, as the man became abusive, and so she raised her two children as a single mother. During this time, she met her daughter's father, who she described as a knight in shining armor. However, he died just 2 months into her pregnancy. Left alone once more, she attempted to reconcile with her son's father. But it wasn't long before tragedy struck again.
And then it had a day, I got a phone call from Mount Hope saying that he drank a poisonous substance. So I was like, well, tell me what it is he drank, because I want to know it is transpiring. The day that I was going to look for him, he died. And that was on my dad's birthday.
Now left with 3 children and feeling more alone than before, Zuwna decided she had to make a change. As a devout Muslim, she said her faith had been a true defining process.
You see, prayers is what had me where I am yesterday. Because I don't know how I would do it without my Lord.
Zuwna had not revealed her status to her children until just earlier this year. When her 4-year-old daughter came home with questions, she decided it was time to tell all 3 of her children. She says her second son had the most questions.
How you get it? Where you get it from? Who gave you that? How long you have it for? Do we have that?
But what broke her with these words?
And his last words was, Mommy, make sure and take a tablet because we don't have no daddy. So you had to take a tablet because we want mommy to live. And that just gave me something to boost me even more. Because I will be out there and I will be like, yeah, people talking, because people just talk. But my children gave me the strength to do anything.
Now Zuwna says she wants to devote her life to helping people who are just like her. She hopes everyone can overcome the stigma attached to the virus.
You have to want to live as a human being, and I choose to live. I want life because I have my 2 children. And I want to experience certain things out here. So it doesn't matter if you're born with it or you contracted it. You have to want to live. I want to be that inspiration for somebody else's child. Because we all are human.
At the end of the day, remember this. Everyone is carrying a burden you may not know about. Make a decision to be part of the solution rather than the problem. Support the positive, protect the negative. Janine Brown, C News.